Well, thank you for staying tuned. The Nigerian automotive industry has witnessed significant growth and development in recent years, driven by government policies, increasing consumer demand, and the entry of new players into the market. The industry, now a major contributor to Nigerian economy with a growing number of locally assembled vehicles on Nigerian roads, despite the progress being made, the Nigerian automotive industry still faces a number of challenges. And but what more can be done, yes, to scale up the sector, to improve productivity and all of that? Well, to discuss this, I'm being joined by the Director General of the National Automotive Design and Development Council, Mr. Oluwemimo Osoniping. Thank you so much. It's good to see you. Congratulations on your new role.
Good afternoon. You are welcome.
All right, let's start with a lot of work has been done, of course, at the NADDC. And you're going to take it up from where you met it. Now, tell us what's on ground. What more should we be expecting from you as a major player in this industry? I know you've been in this industry for years, so tell us what we should be expecting before we go into some specifics.
Okay, what we should be expecting is, first of all, to start implementing what we have in NAIDP that was signed sometime in May. So we have started working on that, because this is a policy that is we are going to use to drive the industry for the next 10 years. So we need to, first of all, let people know about it. We have done engagement with the stakeholders in Lagos, especially the assembler, the vehicle manufacturing companies in Nigeria. So we've done this engagement. So this is on, and we are doing more engagement. In the next 10 days, we'll be having another engagement with stakeholders. These stakeholders are going to be different government agencies that will play a role in making this NIDP policy functional. So because we want to start implementing them, and we need everybody to be on board so that we'll be able to achieve our aim.
Indeed, it's a good way to start this conversation there, talking about the NAIDP, which plays a critical role, of course, in transforming the automotive sector. This will also help players in the industry tap into the African Continental Free Trade Area. Is that so?
Yes. Yes, it will also help. That's why even in the engagement meeting we had, we have to bring after so that they can explain all the requirements we need to do. Because for us to be able to tap into it, there is a minimum local content that we have to achieve. And for us to be able to get to that, we need to start developing internally so that we can achieve that minimum requirement in order to play in Africa.
But the automotive industry, it seems like a lot of work needs to be done. Some will say we are yet to start to adopt the usage of locally manufactured vehicles. DG, what can be done to make this more attractive to Nigerians? I would like to drive a locally assembled vehicle.
Yes, a lot has to be done, and we have started. Number one, a lot of Nigerians are not too aware of the type of quality and the type of vehicle we have in Nigeria. As of today, we have a lot of passenger vehicles, buses, trucks. But if you go on Nigerian road now, and you see I can tell you, almost 90% of the new truck that you see on Nigerian road are assembled in Nigeria. So we are taking that one step by step. Nigerians are already aware that when you want a quality truck that can work or function well on Nigerian road, you buy Nigeria assembled vehicle. The same way we are trying to let Nigerians also know that we have passenger vehicles, we have buses, we have pickup utility vehicles that are manufactured or assembled here in Nigeria, and they have high quality. So we need to let Nigeria know that you can get the quality you get from other vehicles assembled or manufactured outside this country. See, we have to start with this sensitization. Let people know that the quality of vehicle we have in Nigeria is so high, and based on that, people will start patronizing. And again, we need to develop the market. We need to do marketing. A lot of people, as I said, they are not aware. So we have already started engaging the manufacturers. They need to come out more. They need to market their product more. They need to open more workshops around major cities in Nigeria, because people need to be assured that when I buy a locally manufactured Nigerian vehicle, I can get parts, I can get after sales care. So when we have all this one in place, we are sure that Nigerian will start patronizing. And let me tell you that when you have a child, you can't have a child and the child will start sitting, crawling, walking and running in a day. So it's gradual. Gradually, we know we will get there.
All right. Now, National Automotive Industry Development Plan. Again, I'm going back to the NAIDP signed by former president.
Yes.
That's in May. Now, you touched on it briefly the other time, but now I want us to stay on it and tell us in its entirety how this can help facilitate market access and, of course, expansion of the market if properly implemented.
Yeah, if properly implemented, the NIDP has 7 pillars, and those pillars, one after the other, aim at boosting or developing the sector. For example, we have one of them is market expansion and trade facilitation. So that one, again, is to promote made in Nigerian goods. Again, we have another one that is investment promotion. The investment promotion and fiscal incentive. Here, there are some fiscal incentives put in place, already stated in AIDP. Those incentives are meant to grow and encourage local production of this vehicles in Nigeria. So by the time we start implementing all this, gradually, then we will encourage more people to come to invest in Nigeria, more people to invest in auto industry. Because as I'm talking to you now, I started engaging with component manufacturers. So because we know that for us to be able to grow this industry, we have to focus on some parts, some components, because components make the whole. We have tire, we have battery, we have even foam. That is the foam, the upholstery. We have the leather, we have the plastic part, we have the glass. All these little things make the whole. If we can get all these components, part manufacturer functioning, gradually we'll be increasing our local content component, because that is one of the pillar. One of the pillar again is to promote local content. And for us to promote local content, if we focus on all these little or small scale companies, we'll be able to do more. And then by the time we put them together, then you'll be able to grow the industry better. I also get engaged with the motorcycle manufacturers. And as of today, from the data I got from them, we import we spent about $2 billion on either tricycle or motorcycle. So this alone, if we can focus on how to grow the component part here in Nigeria, we'll be able to save a lot and then be able to bring down the price. Because if we can do them here in Nigeria, we'll be able to bring down the price and then boost the industry more, conserve foreign exchange. This is what we are working on. This is what we try to push. And with implementation of NIDP, with the fiscal policy already put there, then we'll be able to achieve most of these things.
DG, you agree with me that issue of pricing is also very important. But before we stay more on pricing, I know nothing good comes cheap. But I'm going to ask you, what are we also doing? I think there is a law that could also make maybe our military, maybe our government officials, parastatals, start to buy some of this locally assembled vehicles. Get them to use. So is that happening? Are we doing more to push that? I know President Tinubu is also interested in building local content, and this might be the way to go, particularly at this time of first subsidy removal, where we are looking at CNG vehicles, electric fired vehicles.
Okay, it's happening. It's happening. A lot of parastatal, a lot of agency, a lot of MD is already patronizing locally made vehicle in Nigeria. But what we are asking, we are asking for more, and we believe we can do more in this regard. So they are already doing that. We are going to continue to promote local or Nigeria-made vehicle, and then we believe we can do more and we can achieve more in time of patronage. In pricing, yes, we can say the price is a little bit high, but again, the fully built vehicle that you bring from other countries, the price are also high, because what influence the price are the components, what make up the vehicle. And the components, some of the components are still being imported. So if you bring a fully built vehicle, you have to still bring them, pay for it in dollar. And by the time you convert it, the price will also go up. The best way to even reduce the price is to buy a Nigerian-made vehicle, because with Nigerian-made vehicles, some of the components are local. And if some of the components are sourced locally, and the pricing are denominated in Naira, it means the price will not be so much influenced by Forex. And if it is not influenced by Forex, we'll be able to bring down the price. What we need to do to achieve that also is to increase the numbers. By the time we have the number on our side, we'll be able to also bring down the price. We can work together and bring down the price by patronizing more of locally made vehicle. Then the price will come down. I can assure you of that.
Brilliant stuff. I'm happy about that, because when the FX aspect is taken off it, of course, that won't influence the price. We'll deal with our own currency here, and we'll be able to have the right pricing for this. But manufacturers of vehicles or assembling vehicles is not cheap. So they'll definitely need support, either from the financial institutions or from government. What is happening along that line? Are there opportunities to get single-digit loans and all of that to encourage more of them?
Yes, there are opportunities. As of today, we have what we call Auto Fund. Auto Fund is provided by the council, that's NADDC, through Bank of Industry. And some of the assembler or some of the vehicle manufacturers here in Nigeria have benefited, and some are still benefiting up to today. And we use that also to support the local assemblers.
A good one there. So as we are off payment of subsidies out, and we know what is happening, and this one way or the other affects your segment of the ministry, talking about automotive and all of that. The adoption of this CNG and electric vehicles, and also Nigerian assembled vehicles, do you see it helping us to bridge that gap that PMS used to feel, that fuel used to feel? Do you see that working?
Yes, I know it will work. You could say the policy of the government also is gearing toward supporting adoption of CNG. And a lot of inquiry, we are receiving inquiry from a lot of people that are interested in setting up assembly plant here in Nigeria, especially for assembling CNG vehicles and even EV vehicles. So we are sure that with this policy, a lot of other companies will still come and invest in this. Apart from that, we have a lot of the existing assembler. They have started bringing in conversion kits. And with these conversion kits, it means we can now start converting some of the PMS, some of the ICE that are being fueled by PMS or AGO to CNG. We believe with the adoption of CNG is going to boost the market in Nigeria. It's going to boost and encourage adoption of locally made Nigerian vehicles.
you have a big job here, and I'm going to ask you again, what more programs should Nigerians be expecting from the NADDC moving on under your leadership?
Yes, more program is standardization. We know we are moving more to CNG now. And as we are going to CNG, we need a lot of policy, a lot of standard to follow. We are going to be more, we are going to set all those standards and then ensure enforcement. Again, part of what we are going to ensure is to work with appropriate authority to ensure that all the necessary fiscal incentives that are put in place are implemented so that to the benefit of local assemblers. And those ones that are put in place to protect local companies are also implemented. So with all these, we'll be able to boost the confidence of the local assemblers and then be able to promote the sector and promote the industry. We know it's not going to be easy, but we are ready for the challenges. Again, we are going to encourage other companies, other players in the industry to come and invest in Nigeria so as to encourage the adoption of EV vehicle, because we know that to buy EV vehicle now, a lot of things are involved. A lot of investment have to go into it, especially the charging station. Not only the charging station, you have to provide the power. You have to provide the power, you have to provide the infrastructure, which is charging station. All this one we are talking with some investors so that they can come into Nigeria and invest in this area. You can invest in a lot of things in that line. You can invest in generating the power. You can invest in providing the charging station. You can invest in any other. You can even invest in building the battery plants where you can produce battery right here in Nigeria. Nigeria have lithium in commercial quantity. So we can do all this, and we are talking to a lot of interested investors so that they can partner us in investing and promote, investing in this sector and then promote production of Nigerian-made vehicle. This and all, and others, we are working on, and by special grace of God, you will start seeing the result of these actions we are taking.
Yes, we'll monitor and be having you on intervals to discuss all of this so that we know how much progress has been made, where we are, and where we've gotten to. Well, finally, I know you've been having lots of meetings with sister agencies, with government agencies, and everybody that would make your job easier. How receptive are all the people you're working with, talking about member sectors of the Nigerian economy that would make you achieve your aim? How constructive has your engagement been so far?
Very interesting. Everybody is interested because we don't have any other country apart from this. So every other agency that we have been engaging in, they are all working together. We are collaborating, we are cooperating in order to achieve this aim or objective. And the objective is simple. Number one, we need to grow the economy. Number two, we need more investment in the economy, not only in this sector, but most especially in this sector. And there is a lot of prospects. There is a lot of things we can gain by doing that. So everybody realize this, and we are working together. All the agencies we have been working with, they are cooperating. Our ministry cooperating. Even our minister, everybody is working with us. The minister behind us, and with all this, we are sure that we can achieve whatever we need to achieve, and we are working on that. We thank them.
All right, then.
We think we will do more.
Yes, we are waiting for that day where we will see almost 60-70% on the streets of our country, where we see EVs, we see CNG vehicles, and all of that, and we can all make our choice with whichever, and even make the environment clean. That is very important. DG, you want to say something around that?
Yes, that's very important because the climate change, we all know how important it is to have a very clean environment. And that's part of the good thing about CNG adoption and EV adoption. So we are just using one stone to kick many birds, because with the adoption of CNG and EV, with that, we will be able to bring down the cost of fueling the vehicle. We are going to bring down the cost of maintaining the vehicle, and not only that, we are going to have a cleaner environment. For example, with EV, most of the EVs, especially when it is full battery EV, then you have zero emission. And then with CNG, then the emission is very, very, very low. So we are going to have a cleaner environment with the adoption of CNG and EV. So it's no brainer that we need to invest in this sector.
Great conversation, and I must really thank you. I've been speaking to the Director General of the National Automotive Design and Development Council, Mr. Oluwemimo Sonipin. Thank you so much for your time on the program. We appreciate this. We hope to have you in sometime soon. Thank you.